Hey everybody, welcome to a new video. So new week, new vlog, more Tanki Classic information. Now we learned about all of the different augments for holes in Tanki Classic, where legacy holes will have the Juggernaut overdrive, XT holes will have the normal old overdrive that gives you all your supplies and heals you, and then the prime holes will have the EMP overdrive that I think either stuns you or takes away your supplies. I forgot which one it is. But this week we're going over augments for turrets. Now, honestly, the big thing that already makes me kind of a little bit hesitant is they use the word augments, meaning it's not going to be just the old alterations. It's going to involve some of the augments we have in current Tanki, which honestly, anything we have in current Tanki that is prime current Tanki, like augments, bringing in Tanki Classic is already like, oh gosh, we're treading on water here, because I don't know. Like, what is the point of Tanki Classic if we're going to have these current Tanki aspects in it? But I do think you need to take it with a grain of salt because we haven't even played the game yet, so how are we going to know? But let's go ahead and go over the information as they put it in the vlog.
We have discussed classic augments extensively, but hardly explained their mechanics. Let's fix it today and detail how they truly work. XT, Legacy, and Prime are turret skins offering more than visual upgrades. Each skin variation will mimic augment behavior, yet Classic won't have traditional augments at all. What does that mean?
Turret skins will default to settings, recreating the spirit of classic augments. In Tanki Online, most of them are now in the rare class of rarity. Thus,
So each turret skin is going to have its own Tanki augment attached to it. So we don't know all the augments that are going to be attached to each skin, but they do go over some of them here.
Classic, Smoky XT, and Legacy will get settings that are equivalent to classic assault rounds and super cumulative rounds augments.
So the first two augments for different skins are assault rounds and super cumulative rounds. So assault rounds increase your impact force. So honestly, not that bad. Critical damage disabled. I'm hoping Tanki Classic doesn't have critical damage apart from Smoky, because that's always had critical damage. So I guess that'd be nice. But if they added critical damage to all the turrets, oh my gosh, that is an aspect of current Tanki I hate, is the critical damage. And then super cumulative rounds, which has a bit of a reduced fire rate, but your damage is overall increased per round and your critical damage is increased.
The XT version of the Striker turret will mirror the missile launcher Uranium augment.
Okay, so Uranium, your shot is slower, but it does more damage. So that is an older augment, but Uranium's a legendary augment now. So we're getting legendary augments in Tanki Classic, which I don't know. You'll have to let me know your opinion.
While Thunder Legacy adopts the settings of the Sledgehammer rounds augment.
So Sledgehammer gives you reduced range, but your damage is increased, so it's kind of a more close-up version of Thunder. And again, I hate seeing critical damage. Obviously, I'm on current Tanki, but it would be ridiculous if we had critical damage in Tanki Classic, because Tanki Classic is not known. Old Tanki is not known for having critical damage.
Some skins draw from the legendary category of augments where balance permits. One of them is Railgun Prime, which will behave like the complex Death Herald Compulsator augment. Another
Okay, Death Herald, every time you get a kill, you get to shoot instantly. I don't know, man. That just seems like too current of an augment. Like, the first augments added to Railgun were like, large caliber rounds was a new one, or one of the older ones they added. It's a legendary one now, but you could buy it for crystals. And then round stabilization, like these blue augments are what I would be somewhat okay with seeing in Tanki Classic. I don't want these legendary augments. I feel like it just does too much to the turret, where we're turning into this like hybrid of current Tanki Online and Tanki Classic. I hate it when turrets are made by their augments. I just enjoyed it when turrets were good because the turret was good and you could be skillful with the turret, rather than, oh, this new augment will completely change your turret where you're super overpowered beyond what the normal turret was. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about certain legendary augments being added.
Another example is the legacy version of Acida, which will mimic the Vampire Nanobots augment.
Okay, this is like another augment, Vampire Nanobots. Exotic augment, I'm pretty sure, or it could be legendary now. I thought we were going to get the original version of Acida in the game, but now, in order to get that original version that everyone kind of remembers Acida for, now it's just going to be a augment for the legacy version of the turret. I don't know, man. Like, I get what they're going for. It's going to be end game, but still, it just feels like too current of Tanki. It feels like Tanki currently is getting mixed in with Tanki Classic, when I don't want current Tanki, any aspect of current Tanki, to mix with Tanki Classic. I'm being a little bit critical because I don't know, I'm very passionate about this project and I don't want to see it feel, I don't want it to feel anything like current Tanki, because current Tanki and old Tanki feel 80% different. Like, yeah, there's obviously the same gameplay aspect of killing tanks, but the way the turrets worked in Old Tanky compared to now is just so different, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Unlike Tanki Online Augments, which enhance base equipment, Tanki Classic returns to core philosophy. Skins are not upgraded turrets, they are alternative versions with unique behavior.
When you get a skin, you'll have to upgrade that skin. It's going to be a separate turret you equip.
Meaning rare skins in Classic won't be quick. In order to reach the XT version of Railgun, you will first need to rank up to Brigadier, which...
Okay, that's good news. That's good news. So, at least in like the first half of the game, you won't be able to see it. But, again, that means they can't add these augments to containers until you get to a certain rank. Like, the prize pool switches per rank. But then also containers are less special because, I don't know, there's just... I feel like augments are so unnecessary. Like, people enjoyed skins back in the day because they looked so cool. I get adding certain augments, but adding legendary OP augments, I don't know, man. I don't, like, obviously we haven't tested it yet, so we don't know, but just the sound of it, it just sounds like current Tanky. What's the point of making Tanky Classic if it's current Tanky, you know?
Can only be reached after not 1, not 2, and not even 3 months of gameplay, but more. And
so, yeah, they're saying it's going to take a long time to get to Brigadier. Now, I imagine the people who grind out like 8 to 12 hours a day are going to get to Brigadier pretty fast, especially if they have premium. But, I mean, it's nice knowing that you can't get these augments until you hit Brigadier. So, at least the early ranks won't be augment spams and stuff like that.
that's just to get 1 skin.
Merely receiving the same railgun after such a grind feels insufficient. Skins don't make turrets overpowered, they add character and meaning that matches their rarity, justifying the effort like purchasing the turret itself. This makes progression more meaningful.
I mean, it is overpowered. You're getting augments like this Death Herald augment that literally lets you shoot as fast as you can kill people. And Railgun in Old Tanky is good. I feel like that would be so annoying to go against an Old Tanky because that doesn't feel like Old Tanky to me. I don't know. Like, I trust Tanky to make a good version of Tanky Classic, but then I hear new information about the augments in the game. Like, why are we getting these overpowered augments? Just the very first alterations in the game were very balanced. They were very simple. They didn't do too much to the game, but added enough difference to the game to be interesting. But now we're just adding these already existing legendary augments into Tanky Classic for skins that you get through containers or purchasing. I don't know, dude. It just doesn't sound like a good idea.
Currently, we're tuning more than 40 variations of skin augments for other turrets.
So we're getting 40 different augments back for all the different skins for the different turrets. Like, I don't know, dude. You could use the old blue rarity augments that were first introduced when the game introduced alterations, and I think that'd be fine. But I don't think giving the legendary augments to the skins in Tanky Classic is going to work for Tanky Classic. Because that, in my opinion, it just won't feel like Tanky Classic. When you're in legend ranks going against all these people with different skin augments, it'll be like current Tanky. Everyone's going to have these really OP augments in legend ranks, and it's going to feel exactly like current Tanky. I don't know if I'm wrong there. I wish we could vote on this. Like, there should be an option. Do you want to bring only the really crap alterations that were added for turrets, or give these skins the really OP legendary augments that we plan to do? I don't know. I feel like this is something we should be able to vote on.
These include Railgun with Scout, Shaft with Heavy Capacitors.
Shaft heavy capacitors. I mean, that was an early alteration. I like that idea. The longer you aim down sight with heavy capacitors, the more damage you do. I like that alteration. Like, obviously it's a little bit OP, but it's not too OP to where it feels like we're in current Tanky.
Ricochet with Plasma Torch.
Ricochet Plasma Torch, again, that's another augment that I'm fine with. It was kind of OP again, like I said, but it helps for parkour, and that was one of the first alterations added. Now, again, Plasma Torch is kind of OP, so it's just one of those things, like, I don't know until I'm in-game testing it, because it's just, we don't know.
Hammer with Duplet, and many more. None of these alterations outperform their base turrets.
I mean, they do. They literally do. I feel like that's a lie, almost. Hammer Duplet is unequivocally better than normal Hammer. Unless they reduce the reload time and make it super balanced when it comes out, like they change the parameters, or like Railgun, Death Herald Compensator. That is unequivocally better than default Railgun, because it doesn't decrease your reload speed unless, again, they're going to make changes. I don't know what changes they're making. That's the problem with kind of releasing all this information in just a little small form there, is we don't get all of our questions answered, and it just gives us more questions that are unanswered now. So
If you still have questions regarding how augments work, send them in the comments. Once we collect enough, we might revisit this topic in depth.
I mean, yeah, but it'd be nice if Tanki did a live stream where we could ask all these questions, you know, live, not get them hand selected in the comments. But what would my question be? Why are we getting legendary augments in Tanki Classic? Question mark. Also, the detective's comment I agree with here. I think the question who asked is appropriate here. No one asked for augments in Tanki Classic. Please don't add them. And if they are added, at least nerf them considerably so the change they make to turrets aren't dramatic as in regular Tanki. I agree with that so much. Like, you can add these augments, in my opinion. You can add these augments to Tanki Classic. I'm not complaining about that. I'm complaining that these augments are going to be so powerful, it's just going to feel like the current augment spam we have in normal Tanki Online. I don't mind the augments being added if they're alterations. Like, they're calling them augments, which has me a little bit scared. Like, did they forget what alterations initially were? They were these very, very minor changes to the turret that made it a little bit more fun, changed up the gameplay, but didn't massively overshadow other players who didn't have the augments. But, I mean, you give a player with Railgun XT Death Herald Compensator, he's now going to be able to 1v2, where otherwise he wouldn't be able to. And those enemy players who don't have the good augments are going to be like, dang, we just got outplayed by a guy with an augment. And now it's like, oh, we're in current Tanki again. Now, I don't make this video to, like, be mean or be unfairly critical of Tanki, because I think they probably know what they're doing. But also, Tanki, what is this? I don't understand the idea to go with legendary augments in Tanki Classic. It just feels weird to me. Like, obviously we need to play it, we need more information, all that stuff, so I'm definitely missing a large section of the information, but I don't know, it just feels weird to me. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of it. I'll see you in a future video. Peace out, everybody.